everyone, on today's episode, I'm going to be making a very special dish which is a spiced coconut clam. Okay, here are a few tips when cooking clams. First thing, when you've purchased your clams, what you want to do is make sure you give them a couple of rinse, and you can soak them in fresh water for about half an hour. Or you can add about 1 liter of water to maybe about a tablespoon of salt water. So that kind of mimics their natural environment in the sea. And what happens is they will start spitting out grime and sand. So you don't want to have like sand in your food. So that is one way that you can remove it. And so then after that, you rinse it a couple of times and make sure that you've given these clams a good scrub as well, just to remove any grime and everything. So, and another tip is, if you see the clams now, how do you know that if they are fresh or not? You do not want to, normally clams are all closed up. You see like this one here, they're all closed. So like you see this one here is gaping, this one's alive. You give them a little tap. If they close, they are still alive. And if you tap them a couple of times and they are still not closing up, that means, you know, they are already pretty much out there and gone, and you may want to discard them. Firstly, I'm going to start dry roasting my coconut here. I'm going to be using about half cup, but we are going to dry roast it till it gets a little bit brown. So what happens is you will get a very nice and fragrant dish. Okay, so I've got my toasted coconut here. So in the same pan, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some oil. Okay, you can just add normal cooking oil. And in this pan, I'm going to be adding my dried red chilli, which I have already washed and soaked and cut into small pieces. Just give it a good stir. While this is almost halfway done, just a couple of sprigs of curry leaf in with the curry leaf. Okay, once you see that the leaves have turned into a slightly deeper green and they kind of have curled up a little bit, remove them from the heat. Okay guys, so I have already sauteed my chili and curry leaves together. As you can see, it looks a little bit like translucent. I've already patted them dry with a tissue, and I've saved the oil up. Okay, so here, change of pan. I'm using my cast iron pan. You can use whichever pan that you like. In with my onions first, then ginger and garlic. I'm going to add about half teaspoon of my coriander powder, white pepper, fennel, cumin powder, tumeric. Now just give this a good stir first. Add a bit of water just to deglaze the pan a little bit, about a quarter cup, half teaspoon of salt, a tad bit more of chili flakes. In with our coconut milk. Now this is done. What you want to do is stir it fast. Spiced coconut is boiling. In with our lovely clams. Here we go. Give it a good shake. And I am just going to cover this up and let it simmer for a while, about 5 minutes or so, until all the clams start to open up, okay? All our clams have opened beautifully right now, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this a good stir. You can see that it's thickened up. The coconut cream has thickened up. In with our coconut, toasted coconut, some of this to add to the spice, and we'll use the balance for the garnish. 2 pieces of chili, half a lime, just to balance out the flavor. I'm going to be plating this now. Just a tad bit more of coconut, toasted coconut. Our balance of chili and crispy curry leaves. Slices of crusty sourdough bread. You can have, you know, any other bread that you prefer, but I have sourdough with me, so I'm going to be using that. So I hope you've enjoyed the video and that you will try this delicious spiced coconut clams. Okay, thank you everyone. Please do like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you've got any questions, please drop me a comment below. Thank you, bye!